Welcome back to Talking Water in our emergency view on the price rises in business water rates, and the percentages are eye-watering. If only we could tap our tears. Not that. We're trying to look at it in a way to help you out. This is Graham Mann from switchwatersupplier.com. I'm David Easson. This is Talking Water. And we're going to talk these price rises as we're looking at them in terms of wholesale price rises, Graham. That's what we know is what's going up. But the prices that might well come onto people's bills are even higher.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we keep talking about Southern Water because they are actually the highest. So those in the Southern Water area are going to see price rises of 40-odd%. And on top of that, you've got your retail fee. So if you're on default, there'll be a further 10% on top of that charge. Or if you're on a contract rate, it'll be 3 or 4%. So and you've also got increases in your wastewater charges of about 54%. So that's the sewage out. So water in 40%, water out 53%, and for factories that are on trade effluent. So they've got consents to discharge trade effluent, which is the effluent derived from the production process, when it's washing down, when it's in product or whatever, and they're going up 53% as well. So it's a double whammy.
Absolutely. In some cases, double, triple, quadruple whammies.
Absolutely.
Let's have a look through everything that you may or may not know or consider that your business or site actually uses in terms of water. So the basic stuff is metered water, and that is pretty much turn on the tap. That's the water you're going to be paying for. And if we take Southern Water as the big example on this one, because that's the one that is kind of the headline rate, but across the country, we're looking at similar double-digit percentage price rises. So 40.7% for metered water. So that's a huge price rise just for opening the tap and filling a glass.
Yeah, absolutely. And the others are following on 22, 28 and 30% respectively from various areas right across the UK. So I think everyone, particularly if you've got businesses that have got multiple sites, they will feel the pinch. Without a shadow of a doubt. And one of our new clients is going to see the charges increase by £660,000 a year.
Wow. And then the water going out, the measured sewage, which is, that's what happens. There's a meter that ticks by as the water goes back down the drain. And most of the companies are putting their prices up in this way. Southern Water, again, hugely, 54.2%. Southern Water putting up their measured sewage prices, but also Northumbrian Water 28%, Thames Water 34%, Yorkshire Water 30%. Some are not, like South East and South Staffs, but I think they'll find a way around that, won't they, in other companies. So Portsmouth Water, for example, as I think we've mentioned, their measured sewage is actually done by Southern.
That's absolutely right. Yes. So Portsmouth Water is the water in, and South West, actually, I'll correct you. I thought it was Southern, but it's South West Water, pick up the sewage, and South West Water are probably going to be in the region of about 30% plus. So your wastewater charges of 35%. So hospitality is going to get particularly hard. Well, actually, customers across the piece are going to get.
So we just have to work out ways in which, certainly in production, you don't put so much water down the drain.
Absolutely right. Yeah, manufacturing, production. You can. I know it's easy to sit here and talk about savings that we've derived from customers' portfolios, but it's absolutely true. If it hasn't been dealt with before, now's the time to really get a grip on it, because you will see significant increases from the 1st of April of this year, and there's a lot you can do. We have a lot of experience and expertise over the last 35 years we've been in the industry. But the most important thing is we work and partner with customers. It's a partnership. It's not, we don't just fly in and a fairy suit and wave a magic wand and say, ding, we've saved you 30%.
It looks great in his fairy suit, but he doesn't fly in.
That's only on Saturdays.
Exactly.
but yeah. So it's really imperative that the customers now pull that data up. If you've just done a procurement exercise in the past, which a lot of companies have, and they think, everything's fine because we switched. Everything won't be fine. You need someone with the expertise, experience, and a knowledge that's been gained over decades of hands-on engineering expertise on sites to work with you, the customer, to help you reduce that consumption.
And a simple way for that, I'd say simple way, it's simple to explain what you need to do, but if you can reuse water in your production process in some way, you will get the benefit out of it.
Yeah,
it's not a case of just heating it up and hoping it flies away in steam.
Yeah.
Although that might be one of my terrible ideas. Can we just boil this away? I'm not sure that's the way to do it. But yeah, reusing water, making use of water much more effectively and efficiently is the way forward, and that will only help to reduce.
I mean, recycling. Well, if you're paying, an extra 40-50% to have the water in the first place, and the water that you've used, particularly in production, is relatively clean, you can reuse that water. Absolutely, you can pass it through filtration systems, water treatment systems, and reuse that water again. Absolutely, you can. And why not? You've paid for it once.
Exactly.
Why not get some more use out of it? If you had a cup of tea one day and use the cup, you don't throw it away. You reuse it, don't you? It's the same, exactly the same scenario with water. It's a valuable resource. It's very, very costly, and you can actually reuse it.
So the other three sections where you're going to get hit by charges again is surface water drainage. Again, Southern Water in this case, 57.4% that price is going up. Now, surface water drainage, is that simply rainwater as it goes off your land, or is it any kind of water?
Yeah, it's the cost of collection, disposal, collection, conveyance, and disposal and treatment of the rainwater that hits your building. So if you're a business customer, it'll be built into the sewage charge rate as a tariff, a component of a charge. And if you can demonstrate that the surface water goes into a watercourse and not down Southern Water's drains, then you're entitled to get a cancellation of those charges going forward and a refund of the overcharges.
I'm going to ask you a question here. Can you be reusing the rainwater in some way?
Absolutely.
And if you're reusing that, are you then going to be billed for the water going down the drain, which might not be the surface water drainage, but can you talk to companies about that and say, as I don't know, you've been to IKEA, where they've got obviously massive warehouses, they take the water off the roof and they use it in the toilets. There's a little sign in the toilets saying we use the rainwater in the toilets.
Absolutely.
Is that ways that companies will look at and go, okay, we recognise that, we can cut your bill in some way?
Yeah, absolutely. Rainwater harvesting has been around for a long, long time. We've partnered with a company called Storm Saver, based in the south. They've been trading for, I think it's 10 or 15 years. Absolutely fantastic business. It's a pleasure doing projects with them. So if we get any projects that we feel that where customers can take the rainwater and use it for toilet flushing, or in the production process, or for vehicle washing, now that the charges have gone up so significantly, the return on investment, the period where you get your money back, is substantially reduced. So it's all about now, it's about innovation, thinking outside the box, thinking what can I do to reduce the costs? And there's so many different avenues that are open to you. Rainwater harvesting is just another one of them.
Quickly, highway drainage compared to surface water drainage. Again, 57.4% from Southern, but 26% from Northumbria, 23% from United Utilities in the Northwest. How's that different?
Highways drainage is the customer's contribution to the costs of disposing of water in the highways. So that's fixed. In some areas of the country, if you're not connected for wastewater at all, and you've got your own treatment plant and you discharge your wastewater to cleaned up and it goes into a river, which you can actually, incidentally, that if you're in a position where you're near a watercourse, a river or a canal, or a culvert, and you have the ability, or you could have the ability, to treat your wastewater and apply to the Environment Agency for a licence to discharge to a watercourse, then you can return your water back to the environment. But you need a licence to do that.
It's got to be clean.
It's got to be clean.
Yes. I see too much of that these days, of not being clean. And finally, trade effluent, which again is another huge percentage point rise, 54% from Southern Water, but across the board, 25 from Northumbria, 25 from Severn Trent, 34 from Thames Water. So trade effluent, again, the difference between that and measured sewage, if you're a company, it's more about production, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's in manufacturing and production, water that's used in the production process and discharged as waste is known as trade effluent. So anything in connection with its cooling water, anything in connection with the production process is classed as trade effluent. The waste that's derived from general toilets and hand washing, that's under the domestic rate. So that the trade effluent will increase over 50%. Again, manufacturing and production companies will feel this financial hit, and it's all about reviewing what you're discharging. In a lot of cases, we've seen companies where you can reduce your charges by 30-40% by just improvements in the way that you discharge your trade waste. Rather than discharging everything down the drain, there might be a large portion of that you can retain and put it into skips or specialist containers and have it taken off-site rather than returning it.
Be cheaper.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. So again, it's all about reviewing all aspects, your input volumes and your output volumes.
Input, output, and also looking at water efficiency and making sure that the future of water is secure in this country, but your bills and your business is secure as well. The place to go for all of those answers is switchwatersupplier.com, and the man to answer the phone is yourself, Graham, or Nikki as well, down there.
Or a whole host of other teams.
All the team. Well, exactly. Many hands will help you with this to get through what is a bit of an emergency at the moment, but you can mitigate those issues. The best place to do it is switchwatersupplier.com. We'll see you on Talking Water again next time.
Bye for now.